At the 167th, where Judge Dana Blasey is really hard on you and me if we have a felony. But as far as being these cops, it's just a show. This is just a trial show. We got cops over here to testify and whatnot. Lots of cops in the courtroom. You cannot get in the courtroom. There's one of the DA's people. We're court watching this court case right now. And so let's cover some of these notes here that I've taken in my little green book today. Wow. Okay. So. Yeah, so you got the same attorneys and stuff that you've had in all these other murder by cop trials where the cops have gotten away with it, or they've been able to appeal it because they found a flaw in the case, or potentially new evidence, but I doubt it. These cases are like 4 years old, so there's two systems of justice. There's a system of justice that protects bad cops, and the cops all support the thin blue line up here. But then there's another system of injustice where they're on the other side of this hall, where they're pleading people out and scaring people into plea out to things they didn't do. When cops are actually shooting people and killing people, but they're justified. They're trying to justify and humanize the badge. Yeah, there's your prosecutor right there from another thing. So they made mention to an AK-47 with a longer barrel, possibly. The person that they brought, the first witness said they, oh no, where are we? Actually, no. Yeah, they didn't start there. They had another witness, Corporal John Atten something. Yeah, they had so the firearms instructor from the academy. He was there for several years, 8 years at the academy, training people on how to shoot firearms at APD, use rifles, shotguns, and pistols, and active shooter training, and how they use deadly force, and that's included in their training. Earlier, witness said that the academy ranges 93.1 and 93.2, which I think has to do with use of deadly force. You guys, media people. This corrupt cop wants to talk to the DA. That's a retired district attorney. He comes out of retirement for these cases, some of these cases, but he's not here for this one. Let's see. He said he was a full-time firearms instructor at the academy and taught how to shoot firearms at APD, a rifle, shotguns, pistol. Like I already said that. We talked about control tactics, control rifle training. Specifically, how to use clean fire the weapon. It's a 40-hour training, or it's a 4 days, 10 hours a day school. On the third day, they show how to. The first day is just kind of how to mechanically use it. The second day is how to clean and do stuff. And the third day is how to move the rifle, like how to run with it, how to do different things, how to move with it. And then on the fourth day, they utilize all the skills. They do paper target shooting. They do scenarios, fun shooting scenarios sometimes, and they modify the weapons to do spray paint to spray paintballs instead of AK or AR-15 weapons, bullets. Bullets. The AR-15. I don't know how they do that, but it's not really paintballs. It's like paintballs, is what he said. If you have prior rifle experience, like you're in the military, there's 2-day condensed course that you can take, version of the course. In 2011, this officer, training officer, became he became a 2011 he became an adjunct instructor. His instructors developed a program, and the other instructors, and he took outside training and adjusted the rifle training, APD control rifle training. The defense attorney was asking him the questions. So this is defense as witness as a cop. So obviously he's defense as witness. He said that the changes were signed off by Sergeant, and he's witnessed the ring camera video from Rajan Musin's front porch, and he's seen the reenactment video. And he's talking about the defense attorney asked about the rifle and its accoutrements. So the rifle now has accoutrements. Mike, if you're watching this as a rifle instructor, what is an accoutrement? Is that the proper terminology? He also talked about flagging people with the rifle when you're moving, and I think I've also heard it called painting. So interested in that. The judge Karen Sage, she looks around. She looked around a little bit, but mostly she's looking at the witness stand, and which is good, I believe. So the witness officer said you have to teaches them how to utilize cover. The only thing available sometimes when you're in the middle of a roadway is your police car, but he talks about ricochets and different things, all these threats. So that's pretty much the narrative, is they're trying to train and bewilder the jury with all their police training talk, but it always comes out as the end. We just trained you to kill. We train people to kill. And they don't train, they have a de-escalation, but obviously they don't de-escalate. They just are trained to kill you. And this affects lawyers, this affects judges, this affects politicians. If they see you and they want to kill you, they can say later on that they perceived something and you're dead. And this is how it goes. So it affects a lot of people. Talking about this, how to use the sight and the sight line, which I believe they're going to start talking about tunnel vision, and the officer can't see anything if he's ready to kill. That's psychological as well. They have tunnel vision because of their training, and it's not really just the training. It's the culture and the field training officers out in the field, their supervisors, everyone, all these MAGA Punisher, blue line turds. They're all online. You could see, we've seen this before. They're online trying to figure out what a good shoot is. They're trying to justify shooting and killing people, and that's what this trial represents, is just another justification for another murder. But what actually happens is they make it unsafe for police officers all over the world, especially in Austin. They make it in Texas. When you keep having injustice, it's just going to bleed out, and street justice will be the solution. So really need to have justice. These officers need to face their time in prison no matter what happens to them. And the fact that we're not getting justice is we're not going to have peace. And it's also eroding the law. So the reason they don't say feared for my life anymore, and they just say perceived a threat, is because people are using that when dangerous police officers, which are the most dangerous people in the situation, police officers trained to kill with all our weapons and authority and the qualified immunity. And so people were saying, I wasn't feared for my life, so I had to shoot. So what they're doing is they're eroding the law, and they're making murder and deadly conduct and all these use of force, all these things are becoming mainstream now. So everyone's going to start realizing that the actual threat is the police officers, and they see a threat, they perceive a threat, and they're going to do exactly what the police officers are trained to do, because a lot of people are training with weapons, and a lot of people are training with weapons to defend themselves against a government that has overreach and that does not respect their oath to protect the people and the Constitution and the law. And oath breakers should be put in prison. If there's anybody supporting cops that murder people, they should be put away to protect us from these people, because it's a gang. There's a whole gang of police officers, ex-police officers, their children that are going to be police officers. These things, O'Malley's, O'Brien's, all that goes back for over a century, and all the way back to the slave days. So this gang, this fiefdom of nepotism has been going on for a long time. It's a fraternal order that goes on, and they're mostly just support white supremacy and executing minorities and people that are poor. But you know, it could happen to this happened to judges, it's happened to lawyers. This stuff has happened to other people. Members of the press are definitely at risk in the times of great fascism. So then the witness talked about low ready, which allows you to move freely without flagging people you don't want to target. That's where he said flag. So low ready is when the muzzle's towards the ground and the butt of the rifle's up. And so they talked like that for a while. But they're still doing it. It's the same excuses we got in the Chris Taylor trial. I'm going to go listen some more, and I don't know how long I can stay today, but I'll keep y'all updated. We need some more updates to come, y'all. Hold on.
So it seems like the murder is going on. Yeah, so I suspect that they got it at some point. I know it's left.
Yeah. She's going to go to the effective.
Yes. Let me know next time. Get it out if you need to. Thank you so much.
It's full in there.
Was that on the post? They cut all his damn hair off.
Before you go in there, let's talk this out.
Because once he's at home, and the other come record to 1:00 in the morning. Where are you, by the way? Can you back up?
¿Quiere ir a comer entonces o qué?
Yeah, just show us how, can I see Dylan Button again, please?
Hey, darling.
Hopefully, 12/17 is also our safety day, so hopefully she'll be in a mood to just be done with it. We're then trying to keep you on holidays. Let's get it in the game. I'm just trying to get it over with. Oh, no, the one will be this year, but you have that.
Where are you?
They're trying to get you.
All right, so go back to the I-35 intersection. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, go back to the way you came. Until you get to the part where so go back to where you came. And then you're gonna see where the overpass, the highway goes over Cameron Road, right? At that point, instead of going over Cameron, you're gonna wanna go, along 290. You're gonna wanna cross, be on the other side of Cameron from the Lizzardo. Do you understand what I'm saying about the other side of Cameron from the Lizzardo? Then you're just gonna wanna follow that corner, and the, office is gonna be like right there, like just a
Yeah, he had to
Okay, so now you're in the I-35 intersection.
Very almost there. Hey, I'm back.
All right, are you just the I-35 Cameron intersection, and are you on the other side of the road on one side? right like this. The only dangerous intersection is right where I said you might have a little. So, cross camera. With the other side camera. So tell me when you get to the other side. Oh, sure. I think I can. Yeah, I should be able to. Yeah, I will. Okay. Are you on the other side of the road? Continue in that direction along Cedar Road. You should be able to do it off of the road, but it'll be a little weird because I don't remember if there's like a parking lot there or what there is. But you need to continue like the next building off the road. There will be a divider there. So that driveway, right, not too far up, and here to turn, all right, enjoy your therapy, and we'll be fine. Kid who's trying to get someplace on a bike in Austin that is definitely not yet bikeify.
Yeah.
She has to get to a building on the I-35 Theater Road at Chandler, like heading south, 290. No, not I-35, the 290 Theater Road. Yeah. Yeah. She was freaking out.
Yeah, no, actually.
So it should be at lunch now. Waiting for the defendant to come out. Beeping. Something is beeping. Sir, your ass is in my way. Your butt is in my film. Oh, sorry. Trying to get the B-roll. I didn't think you wanted that. Oh, shit. Hearing all sorts of noises up here. Looks like we're having high fructose corn syrup from Chick-fil-A for lunch. Very healthy, unhealthy choices. But cops are very unhealthy people in general. Eat a lot of junk food, drink a lot of energy drinks, pop a lot of droids. Roids, I mean, not droids. Roids. Goes a DA, goes a DA, goes a DA. There we go. Other count.
Well, head out, man.
This attorney's made millions off protecting bad cops right there. I believe that's Doug O'Connell. Crooked ass lawyers. There we go. No? No? Okay. It's like pancake hamburgers. Smells nasty.
Thank you.
Bad lawyers.
Thank you. Yes, oh, sorry.
Yeah, right like crazy.
Going down like our economy. All the way. All the way down to the past the basement, you know. This is the one that always has problems.
This one? Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
The back right corner, like, but it's always the one that comes up, so.
Okay.
Because the other day it was stuck on floor three, open and close, open and close. Hey, what's going on?
You didn't hear in your case?
No, I'm, the murder, the deadly conduct trial for Daniel Sanchez. We were gonna kill you, we'll kill George Lobb, like they're fucking crazy, like they literally.
What's crazy is the definition.
So yeah, even the lawyers know what the fuck is going on around here, but the lawyers don't have no cons. They're not gonna do nothing. They're not gonna do nothing. Here's your sheriff posse right here. Another gang, surrounded by gang members. Surrounded by gang members. The lawyers could also be considered a gang because they're armed with the law and dangerous. They can use the law to deprive you of your rights, make you lose your life. Pursuit of happiness, liberty, all of it. So I was going to try to get some video of the defendant, but they had him sequestered in a side room, I believe, outside the court, or right outside the courtroom, inside the hallway to the courtroom, little hallway. I don't believe we're able to film there.
So yeah, so I'm getting repurposed.
So.
The second half. But yeah, okay.
Criminal Injustice Center. They're missing the word in their Injustice Center thing. See Raposa? See Raposa over there? There's Raposa. It's in the same lawyers that have always been part of the problem. They're not part of the solution out here. You know, Raposa doesn't want to do case law research. He doesn't want to, file motions. He just wants to be sensationalist and demand a jury trial. And he's good at that, but, and it does, a lot of times, they're weak cases, so they get them dismissed. It's actually not a bad, but it needs to be combined with legal strategy and legal research. Y'all want to interview? You ready to interview? No? Did I kill anybody today? Done any drugs today? Would you like to do a breathalyzer? That's what I thought. You seem to be running from the truth. Yeah, so the cops are doing blow. The cops are smoking ice. The cops are drunk. The cops are raping people. They're selling drugs. I mean, you can look in Austin at just the news. 50 years of bullshit. More than 50 years. running all the tow truck companies, including Southside Towing, running all the topless bar, gentlemen's clubs, whatever, running all sorts of ways that they can launder their money that they steal from people illegally and illicitly. And then they're also dumping bodies everywhere. So this is a problem. We don't know where they're dumping bodies, but Assistant Chief Dusterhoff, when he was fired, said, just wait till I tell where the bodies are buried. That's coming from the police. Coming from the police. He's a good puppy dog. Such a good puppy dog. He's laying there. But yeah, we spent the day here, and we'll take a look at some of my notes. I don't have many notes past what I told you guys. So I did a lot of cart watching from outside, and they're at lunch right now. Obviously, they're having a Chick-fil-A buffet for all the pro-cop people. Yeah, so, oh man, I don't know if I want to do that here. I guess I will do it here. I'm gonna go back over here. So there's freedom, then there's anti-freedom. And when you send police to go kill people and you defend the murders, that's not freedom. That's not what freedom looks like. When you send people to jail and they get beat up and tortured and murdered in jail, that's not freedom. Denied medical care. They actually told me in here that there's no First Amendment in jail. Stupid asses. You swear an oath to the Constitution and then you shit on it. It's just crazy. Hey, how's it going? Believe in the First Amendment, your oath? You gonna honor your oath today? All right, I'll put you in the oath breaker list. Mark that right down, jackass. So, have a good day. Have a good day as terrorist bastard cops run loose in our city, murdering people of color and raping women. Okay, that's a good day to you. Maybe to you, dumbass cops. So, sorry. La-da-da, where were we on our notepad here? Only I can read this. It's encrypted, totally encrypted. Encryptic. No. We've already read most of these to you for today. So the prosecutor says, you as an officer are lawfully allowed to kill people, and the witness says yes. This is their expert use of force witness. Says yes, we're legally able to kill people, and he mentioned, I think, using deadly use of force or using force under 9.32 Texas Penal Code. I'm not sure. I have to look it up what they were actually talking about, because again, I was in the hallway trying to peek in. The cop didn't see. He said that the cop didn't see the person when he first got there, and so it's an unknown. So they like to play in the unknowns and act like they're the victim. So this is all the police playing victim after they murdered someone. They have. Okay, and they have to, like, this is a state where people can carry and use firearms, but the police are trained to not disregard a 9.32. But on the APD training, according to the APD training, Rajan, the man, was an imminent threat. Officer would not have to wait until he shoots. Imminent connection, or imminent, yeah, I don't know what that is, until he shoots, imminent, and they have, can't read my own cryptic handwriting. The dispatcher told him that there was someone with a gun shooting, and then the officer heard a couple of gunshots into as Rajan fired into his own home, trying to defend himself from an unknown attacker that he thought was there. Something about a rifle. Never he's doing something with the rifle. So they have a no shoot scenarios in the academy. These things aren't pass fail. No officer has ever been, no trainee has ever been failed at the academy at rifle school. That this witness trained rifle school. The plaintiff's plaintiff's attorney, basically the district attorney's prosecutor said the officers arrived without their blue and red lights on, and the witness said he had no reason to believe that wasn't true, and that the officers didn't identify. He had no reason to believe that wasn't true. No one running away to say that there was an active shooter situation, because no citizens were running away. And the witness says he tries to say that the shots that he heard and others reported on the call, that he does not look like an active. He's trying to say it's an active shooter when it doesn't look like an active shooter. They're basically doing a cover up. Every question that they do, the DA's prosecutor started to do kind of yes no answers with them, and tried to impeach him a little bit for lying, but didn't go all the way. But he did try to narrow the responses down to just what he was asking, because the witness was trying to do cover up stories. I can't explain it, but that he just keeps going on and on with his answers the question, but then he covers up the answer with just another scenario. But it's interesting that no other officers have ever failed the rifle. He said, has there ever been an officer that, at the end of the day, after you have your 40 hours of training in 4 days, that the instructor says, hey, you just messed up in the scenarios and like the no shoot situation and carrying your gun and everything. You shouldn't have a gun. You shouldn't have a rifle. There never has that happened. Out of the thousands of officers that APD's put on the street to go kill people, no one's ever been failed. Let's see. Does not look like an active shooter. Witness, he tries to say that there were shots heard and reported on call, and so that was the excuse. Sanchez hears 2 shots. Sanchez moves to fence line. He has a rifle up. He has his rifle up in ready position. He locks and loads it. He went from a lighted area near his patrol car to an area that is dark, but the witness wouldn't admit to that. He's just saying that there's backlights and this, that, and the other. He wouldn't admit to whether the rifle was up. You can clearly see it in the shadows, and there's multiple cameras showing that the rifle was up in ready position, tucked into his shoulder. But the witness tried to cover that, saying, "I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's tucked in his shoulder." You can see he's lying. It's really interesting to watch these officers lie on the stand, and how that there's no perjury, there's no directives from the judge, there's no directives from the DA really. Okay, at this point they play the video of Sanchez firing his weapon again, and it was freaking loud. He shot 5 times, 3 times, and 2 times right after that. It was pretty fast, and it was loud. And before that, he had charged up his weapon, his rifle, and it means he had loaded a bullet into the chamber and was ready to fire. And so still he hasn't assessed the situation. He's just going off, go, kill. And there was no de-escalation or thought of preserving a life. Oh look, there's Ector County Sheriff's Department. Where the hell is Ector County? Ector County. Hi. Ector freaking County. Anyhow, it's really loud. It's really you just have to hear what these cops are doing. They're going into battle mode to kill people like they're in war. This is crazy that they even have AR-15s. That cop shouldn't even have an AR-15. These cops need to be disarmed if this is how they're going to behave. So they start the DA says, one, Sanchez gets out of his car. True. Two, he charges his rifle, loads one into the chamber. And this is up to frame 1102 on the video, which I don't have access to the video. Then he says, yeah. Well, he argued and said, no, I don't know if he did this, and I don't know if he had his gun up. I don't know if he. There's your attorneys for the defense right there defending this bad cop. They're making millions defending these bad cops. Millions. They probably just went off and did their stimulants. So he finally said yes. And then witness, rifle is ready to fire. Rifle is entirely up. Witness finally admitted, but he had to be questioned multiple times just to admit what was clearly visible, because he's trying to defend the cop, saying the cop doesn't. And then he said, "There's no way to." The witness says, "There's no way to tell. No way to tell." He moves his rifle to a higher position, but he wouldn't, and he advances with the rifle oriented towards target. That's what he says, and he can't tell if he's in target position or ready position. The witness is forced to admit raising rifle eventually, and raising rifle high early is a common mistake made after training by officers, and this is testimony he had before. And also, Rajan has his muzzle near his belt buckle as officers are trained, and butt is near his shoulder, so that's low ready. And he was trying to, like, the witness was trying to say he wasn't sure and all this stuff. You know, an expert firearm expert for APD trying to, like, lie on both ends. The muzzle's angled down. The attorney says he was giving specific questions, not allowing or elaborate or cover. 3, that I don't know. Oh yeah, it takes 0.3 of a second for a person to react when they are already focused on something. And the witness says he's not aware of that fact, so they pass through that. And the witness says he's not in ready position. Sanchez earlier tested, but they early tested Sanchez was in ready position, so like they got questioned on that. And then I took off out of there because I wanted to catch some B-roll outside the courtroom. And even the maintenance workers work in secrecy. How's it going? I like your hair. Nobody likes my hair though, see? It's all, you gotta kiss these cops' ass because they're not trying to kiss American ass. That's the kind of country we live in, and there's a lot of fascist nations around the world that do stuff like this, but it's really sad that we live in a country where the cops are such dirty, rotten scoundrels, and that there's this fake respect for authority figures that don't even honor their oath. This car's running 2693, not parked legally. It's not how you're supposed to park. He's probably up in here. Yeah, it's just another shit show. They're basically, the prosecutor, the DA is trying to say that the Rajan wasn't a threat. He perceived a threat, and he shot into his own house, and he wasn't shooting or even looking at the officer. The officer didn't identify. None of the officers identified. None of the officers had their sirens on, and Rajan wasn't even looking towards them. So he didn't even know they had shown up. And then when Officer Daniel Sanchez said, drop your gun, right when he was saying that, he started killing him. So, and then on the defense side, they're saying, well, officers are trained to shoot, to identify shoots. It's dangerous, ever evolving, quickly evolving situation that we put the officers in. It's not fair that we don't let them kill people, that we let them kill people, make them kill people, and then train them to kill people, and then we take them to court because the officers are all butthurt that they're even being held accountable because they don't believe in accountability. They want you to be held accountable, but the officers that work for you, the public employees that work for you, are not held accountable. So, yeah, it's that kind of shit show. It's just a cover up. I imagine that it's not going to end up well. And then the Chris Taylor case, apparently, he's appealing his case at the appellate level, and I don't know if he won or not. I didn't get a clear understanding from the people I talked to if he's already beat that. I think it's still pending. But, so even if you do get accountability in the criminal courts for police officer misconduct, they just take it and appeal it, and the Fifth Circuit judges just lick their boots. And so you can be held accountable for anything, for not having your prescription label on, for not wearing a seatbelt, for using a cell phone. You can be prosecuted. You could actually serve jail time for any crime now under case law. But the officers aren't put in jail. They're treated with kid gloves. They're basically widow makers, and they're sanctioned. They're government sanctioned widow makers. Government sanctioned to murder people. Here comes one of these murdering shitbag cops that was in there. Sorry. Yeah, it is what it is. It's clear to see that the police don't want to honor their oath or protect people. They don't believe that your life is valuable, which makes their life totally invaluable. I mean, you go around killing people. Don't expect people to treat you with kid gloves next time you roll around in our neighborhood. There's one of those skinheads right there. It's just all these skinhead Nazi cops with low IQs taking out doctors and entrepreneurs and all sorts of people. And I was talking to this one lady, she's a lobbyist lawyer, and she says that I'm forgetting what I was going to say. I don't know. She wasn't very helpful. So that's what's going on with the Rajan Munsingh trial of Daniel Sanchez, Officer Daniel Sanchez. He's still a police officer. He hasn't gone to jail. He won't go to jail. He'll probably get either innocent by a hung jury, because the police unions and police tamper, and their lawyers tamper with justice. They tamper with us in different ways, but they also are able to perjure themselves on the stand and bring in witnesses, say that nothing you see is real, and that the officers have tunnel vision, so they can't. They'll say that they have tunnel vision because they're looking in their sight at your head, trying to blow your brains out, and then they'll say they don't have tunnel vision because they're trained to look around and be aware of their surroundings. So they'll say contradictory things. And the DA won't really call him out on it a lot of times. There's their police parking, 0141 8739, unmarked, and someone's personal vehicle that they're using. I think he was here the other day. And it's supposed to be a arrest review, but it's probably other cops that are waiting they're watching the trial. The trial is full of cops. That's why we can't get in the room. There's so many cops in there. And it's just a mess. There's a dirty cop right here. Dirty cop, where are you going, dirty cop? Where do you go, dirty cops? Where do you come from? What bar did you go to with your gun? How much drugs are you on, dirty cops? Personally, I'm just sick and tired. I'm about to throw up. These cops make me sick. I'm so tired of this. I don't understand how many more people need to be murdered by the cops in Austin. We've had hundreds of people murdered. Oh, I know. The lady, Kathy from whatever, all this lobbyist, she said that the white people are just as in danger of. She says the reason she won't own a gun is because the police see you with the gun, they'll just kill you. Whether you're using it or not, whatever, they just kill people. And we've seen that over and over and over. They can even say, like in Mike Ramos' case, where they shoot. She also said that Elizabeth Herrera got a criminal trial from the DA. I don't believe that's true. I'm pretty sure that's not true because she told me she didn't get one, and I don't remember going to one. But people, the thing is, the lawyers, everyone's getting activists, everyone's getting even the courts. There's so many murder trials by cops, so many cop trials for violating their oath and being dangerous to the public, that it's hard to tell. It's hard to keep them all straight. It really is. It's hard to keep them all straight. And that's a problem when you got so many murders by cops. You can't keep them straight. You can't even get a clear answer from the police department who all they killed. I can't even get a list of people they killed. That's a problem. And if that's not a problem for you, it's certainly a problem for me. I'm sick and tired of seeing this crap. Sick and tired. And I'm really ready for people, the citizens, to escalate, because the justice system's not going to do it. The justice system's never going to hold these cops accountable. They've been trying for years. Tell me what cop's been held accountable. Tell me. For murder. I know there's been a couple plea outs here and there, but like for murder, tell me. Go ahead and tell me, I'm listening. Yeah, exactly. It's jacked up, y'all. This stuff is jacked up. And the cops are jacked up, and they got jack boots, and they're ready to come and dump lead in you. And like, I think people need to be aware. The cops are trained to kill. They're making excuses for their killings. There's no preservation of life at all. Doesn't exist. So yeah, just goes on and on and on and on until someone does something, until those changes are made. And more training's not going to do it. They already have 40 hours of rifle training, and it ain't working. It only teaches them bad things. If you do more training, they're just going to get more accurate. They're just going to kill you faster. So what is the solution? I don't know. I don't know what the solution is at this point. Disarm the police, abolish the police, have real justice. If there was real justice, there would be less shootings, but there's no real justice, so there's nothing to prevent more and more shooting. This one's a weed here, the big weed. Big weed, I think. Maybe not. Maybe it's not a weed. I'm pretty sure that's a weed. That's a weed. That's a monster weed. But anyhow, this one is not a weed. The one entwined in here, this thing is a weed. Crazy, it's like a spurge. It's a type of wild spurge that's really big. Anyhow, that's my coverage for today. I'll try to cover it the rest of the week. We'll see what happens. Good luck, y'all. Stay safe, arm yourselves, train yourselves, and be ready, because eventually, and start protesting, because eventually we're going to have to do something. We just can't take this. There's too much of a bloodletting going on, and there's too much back patting, too much fist bumping after murders by cops. There's too much solidarity for killing. There's too much training on how to kill by the numbers. Too many lawyers that will do ineffective justice work or violate their oath. There's too much corruption. There's too many lies. The system's broken. All right, y'all. Be safe.